Let me tell you, this man has probably could have almost got me fired a couple of times.
Y'all, I am the Creative Lady. This is Nepalicious TV. In today's video, I am coming to you barefaced and with a crunchy plastic cap on. So, I want to do a get ready with me. I've got some things to do, and I figured let me just turn the camera on. I wanted to chat with you guys while I do my makeup about my coworker. I mentioned him in this video, but I wanted to do a kind of a dedicated video. I was gonna just sit down with my face already done. I'm like, no, let me just do a get ready with me, and then I can check this off my list, okay? So, my allergies are in full effect, so if I sound like Barry White, Harry White, that is why. So, yeah. So, I got my hair in this thing. So, I think I'm going to do my little hair first. I'm going to pull it up into a bun thingy, and then put my makeup on while I have my scarf on to try to, you know, get my edges down a little bit. But, anywho, let me go ahead and try that. Y'all know I wear glasses, so if I'm squinting or if I'm looking a little cray-cray, I guess I could put my glasses on for the sake of this part of the video, right? So my hair is about a week overdue for some refreshing. I found this product when I went into the Walgreens to get some cough drops. I had seen a video by a young lady. I don't think she makes videos too regularly. She was one of my first inspirations for the makeup bag or basket or whatever, and I'll leave her video linked up here. And I'm like, oh my goodness, I used to love old school cream of nature, and she mentioned in that older video that that was one of those similar products. So this is the cream of nature coconut milk detangling and conditioning leave-in conditioner. It's a spray. I bought a couple more products. So hold on, y'all. I bought a couple more from the line, and she had mentioned this is the actual product that she mentioned. It's the coconut milk detangling and conditioning conditioner. She said it most resembles the old school cream of nature. And then I picked up this one. It's the moisture curl hair milk. I guess it's kind of like a leave-in. There were a couple other products that were in store, but they were already opened, you know. I'm like, so fingerprints, no, was not going for that. So, and it's kind of hard to find this product too, so I don't know. But anywho, I'm just gonna moisture my hair with this, and it comes out in a nice little misty spray pattern. I haven't washed my hair in, it's almost, tomorrow will make 2 weeks, so I know I need to do something to my hair, but for now, this is going to have to work. And again, this is going to be a chatty, probably a lengthy video. But yeah, I mentioned in the video about my coworker who had passed away. And my relationship with him was funny. Now, let me say this. My coworker and I had a great relationship. You know, he's one of those people that you're gonna think he's you know, a weirdo, or you're gonna love him or hate him. You know, not love or hate him, but you know what I'm saying. Either you're gonna like him or not. But he was someone who always had something kind to say. He would find something kind to say. I never ever heard him complain or say anything negative about anything, any situation, or anybody. And mind you, this man and I have been through it. And I say been through it because y'all know I have to do the inventory. Well, part of the inventory was to inventory his orchestra equipment. And this man worked in 2 or 3 different schools. So he wasn't itinerant, but we were his home school, and you know, his home-based school. And so he went from here to there to there. So he may only have had, you know, 2 or 3 classes a day in my school. But he may have gone to another, you know, couple of locations and, you know, did more, you know, 2 or 3 classes over there for maybe an elementary school. Okay, that's a little puff thing. Good enough, I think. So he may have gone over there for the elementary kids. And then, you know, people who didn't understand, didn't know, this man was working. He worked here, then he Zoomed somewhere else. But the problem became, or the situation became, when we had to adjust our schedules. Like, say something happened, or we had to rotate something, or we had, you know, a different schedule than normal. Well, he was only there for a particular time of the day, and if you know, they had to find somewhere to put his kids, is what I'm saying. And sometimes, you know, that didn't always go well with the teachers who was, you know, supposed to get a planning period because they, you know, he was not there and blah, 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 blah. But anyway, this man, I affectionately referred to him as PJ. And he would refer to me as the creative lady. He would see me in the atrium in the building, or he would come and seek me out for multiple purposes. But if he saw me in the atrium, we have a really, really grand atrium, he would be like, creative lady. I'm like, PJ. And then sometimes when he would come into the library to find me because he needed help with his Mac, you know, MacBook issues, or he wanted me to teach him something, or just to chat it up about creativity and YouTube and all that kind of stuff, he would find me. He was like, creative lady. I'm like, uh-oh, she's not in here. So we would laugh, and he would always tell me that I missed my calling and that I should have been a comedian. Now, if you know me, now y'all, some of y'all get some giggles in here, but I'm telling you, the people who know me in real life, child, they be doubled over in humor, because I am one screw loose of sanity, and I know that, okay? One screw loose from sanity. So, I got my scarf on so I can maybe lay the edges down just a little bit. I just got a few errands to run, and I've got to do a professional video talking about my coworker, and I'm going to use my green screen because we're trying to do like a little tribute, not a little, but a tribute to my coworker, and I'm working on that, and it's been pushing me because I ain't feeling well. So, but you know, I got to come through for PJ. But yeah, y'all, this man would always come to me, and I say this man because that's the nature of our relationship. You know, everybody who knows me knows that I'm going to give you not a hard time, but you know, it ain't gonna be no easy ride with me. You're not gonna just tell me to do this and I'm just gonna jump and do it just because. No. But anyway, PJ and I, our relationship, let me tell you, this man could have almost got me fired a couple of times, okay? Inventory. Now, like I said, PJ, and I'm using this Anastasia brush. I'm not gonna use the actual pencil because I'm gonna show you something else. But anywho, I'm not a makeup artist, okay? So don't be critiquing and, oh, you should have done that. Look, I'm just trying to get somewhere and look decent, okay? Cover up this hyperpigmentation, put on a little lippie and little, you know, yeah, and that's good enough for me. Did y'all know Naomi Campbell got a YouTube channel? Y'all, the girl be posting. She got like a 5-minute makeup challenge. I want to do it. I might do it, but this ain't it. But yeah, so, he almost, not the almost, but not really, got me fired. I don't know where my mirror at, y'all. I had a mirror. Hold on, y'all. Okay, hold on. Yeah, almost got me fired for a couple of times. You know, inventory is a thing. Now, when I got my brows looking kind of decent, I just put a little tail on there with this little pencil, and this is one of them 99-cent pencils, multi-purpose from the drugstore. And I just, when I'm in a hurry in the morning, like this right here, this is how my mornings will go, y'all. Yeah. So, got my pencil again. I ain't editing none of this. It's just gonna be straight through. I like to just add a little tail on. You know, I'm not trying to do the actual, you know, snatched brow look. I might do a little, you know, a little something up here near the front. But yeah, y'all, inventory, because he worked in different schools, he wasn't always available to hear the announcements. I don't know whether he checked his email. You know, creatives march to the beat of their own drum sometimes. And sometimes that can be like, oh my God, can you please give me the inventory, man? So I'll go to him. I'm like, hey, I need the PJ. I need the inventory. I've got to get this inventory done by blah, blah, blah date. Oh, okay. I could read his mind. It was almost like, lady, I'm living inside this music in my head and you are disturbing me, you know? But I'm just trying to do what was, you know, put on my back about this inventory. So we would go back and forth, and eventually he would get it done. Although he didn't this last time. Because, you know, I'm sure he probably knew, like, you know what, lady, there are more important things in life than this doggone inventory. And I knew that. But he's also the reason that I am actually still at my current school. because I did tell y'all. Did I show y'all the makeup bag? Okay, this is my Juvia's Place. I got this when I ordered one of them mini palettes that they released, and I know I ordered the bag separately. I think Fumi's kit came with a set, you know, that included the bag, but I didn't get that because I already had this one. So I got my makeup and stuff in here, so you'll see me reaching in the bag. But yeah, he's one of the reasons I am still at my current school, because when I was interviewing at other locations, I asked him, because he lived in this particular area near the school that I was interested in going to. I asked about the school. He said, oh yeah, small school, great parental involvement, you know. He said, but you know, it could be better or different here next year. I'm like, you know what, you're right, PJ. So I may just, you know, it was ultimately my own decision to stay, but you know, I trusted his wisdom over the years, you know. So I decided to stay, and I'm happy that I made the decision, because like I said, I am loving my current administrative staff. So I'm gonna go ahead and put on primer. I think I need some primer on. Now I got this for Sally. Little sample, not a sample, but a mini. I bought the mini from Sephora, but I don't think I'm gonna use it today. But I think I'm gonna go with my Fenty Beauty. It's the mattifying primer, I think. So I'm gonna just take a couple pumps and put it on my hand. So I'm gonna put it back in my, anyway. So my coworker, you know, and I have worked together probably for, I've been in this building since 2001. He wasn't the first teacher, the orchestra teacher. He was like the second one. So I think he came like maybe in the year of 2002 and 3 and beyond. So PJ and I, you know, because I'm the librarian and I didn't necessarily have a class or homeroom all the time, my schedule was somewhat flexible. He would always want me to go on field trips with him. You know, he made sure that the students were always ready for a performance. He did not tolerate sloppiness. He did not tolerate imperfection. He wanted people to be perfect in terms of, you know, the orchestra. If you ever seen a performance and they're into the music, and he wanted the kids to feel joy, feel the passion. And so he was strict with the kids, but with the for purpose, because if you are a real life grown-up orchestra performer, you don't sit and perform and wave to your parents or wave to people. You're just focused on, you know, your craft and your musical instrument. So he was training the kids. It was a little hard for some of them because they may have been undisciplined, but he was trying to teach them discipline, okay? Discipline. And so PJ would always go to performances. He would have the kids, he had a particular uniform that he wanted them to wear, pretty much black and white, girls in black bottoms, white tops, boys in white tops, and black ties and black bottoms, black shoes, clean white shoes. Clean black shoes. He had, yes, and you know, you had to do it or you weren't going to perform. And so I appreciated that he was teaching the black and brown kids to play musical instruments like the cello, the violin, the viola, you know. And I learned those things from having to do the doggone inventory, okay? I didn't know what a cello, not, you know, some things I didn't know what some things were when I had to inventory them. I'm like, PJ, what is this? What is a, you know, whatever. But I learned orchestra instruments dealing with PJ. But he would always ask me to, you know, accompany him to events. You know, they played for senior citizens during the holiday time, nursing homes, like the nursing home, hospitals, throughout the community. PJ had our kids out and involved and performing. Malls, I mean, if it was a holiday time, you would see our kids out there in the mall playing these instruments that brown kids don't normally play, okay? So he wanted me to chaperone a particular field trip at the mall. So at this time, the mall was near us, and he said, this is the time he almost got me fired. One of the times he could have almost got me fired. Not really, but you know. He said, well, we're just gonna go over to the mall and play holiday music. I'm like, okay. He said, well, I want you to chaperone. I'm like, well, okay. And if I didn't tell you, I just put on this Maybelline Age Rewind, yeah. I think it's hazelnut, which is close to my skin tone. Now there are different ways that I do a makeup, but I just want to cover the hyperpigmentation. I do have the, you know, the orange ones or the peach correctors, but for now I'm just trying to just, you know, cover up the hyperpigmentation. So PJ and I, with the kids, we marched over to the mall. You know, you taking kids to the mall, they get in the mall and it's like, poof, they go everywhere. I'm like, oh my God, where are the kids? Where did they go? So we managed to, okay, we got the kids and then they performed beautifully to the audience of the mall goers in the middle of the day. So we're marching back, you know, kids carrying these big giant instruments, cello, you know, the violin, the viola. We're marching across the campus. So we come back up by the sidewalk that's actually up by my principal's office. So we go by there, and when I get inside, the principal calls me to the office. So I go over there, and I'm like, yes sir. He was like, who told you to go to the mall with him? I thought he had gotten it approved, but y'all, the man had not, PJ had not approved my going to the mall. I don't even know if he had approval to go to the mall, okay? He was just going. He was gonna do it his way. If it was music, he was passionate. You were not going to stop him. And so I'm using one of these brushes from, I think it's a foundation brush. I got this from It Cosmetics brush. I got at Ulta for like, you know, a deep discount. If I can find the video, I'll haul it. When I haul it, I'll leave it up here. Y'all, I'm like, oh my God, this man about to get me fired, about to cut off my check. But yeah, so I done marched over there with him going, didn't even have approval to go with him. Okay, so the next time PJ said, well, hey, creative lady, I want you to go with me to a festival. So we had a local festival where the kids, like All West or All whatever, when all the orchestra kids and choir maybe come and perform. Well, this year it was held in Memphis. And so he was like, creative lady, I want you to chaperone with me. I'm like, look at here, man. Last time I went somewhere with you, I almost got fired. And he was like, no, I've gotten it approved. I went to the principal. Did he get it approved? He said yes. I'm like, okay. So I'm like, well, okay, you know, I'll go and chaperone. It's a Friday, so I'm like, okay, easy day, right? PJ tells me, well, I'm gonna drive my private car, and you're gonna be on the bus. What? Look, about to snatch my own wig off again, y'all. Look. Yes, he says he's gonna drive his private car, and I'm gonna have to be on the bus with the kids. I'm like, and it wasn't that many kids, and it wasn't a bad group of kids, but it's just like, okay. But I'm envisioning him. I'm on the bus with these kids, and he's in his private car listening to jazz or his own music or whatever. I'm like, oh my God, PJ, really, PJ? So we get there. He had to drive his own private car because I think he either had to, you know, rip and run from here to there because he did have 2 or 3 different schools, right? So we go and perform, win like superior rating, you know, that's top notch. We always brought home superior, excellence or superior ratings, you know, that's like perfection. And we get ready to go. Parents are trying to pick up their kids. I'm like, oh my God, I don't want to be responsible. Had to, oh child. I'm like, Lord, if I have a job come Monday, I ain't never going nowhere else with PJ. And let me tell you, from that day to this one, I never chaperoned anything else with PJ. But I loved PJ. I loved his passion about music and what he was teaching our kids. But going somewhere with him, she ain't going. She was not going with him. Did I tell y'all what foundation? This is the Katvond Deep 78 Neutral. This is my boo. Once I get through all of my other hordes of foundations, I'm gonna ride with that. Okay, it covers up my hyperpigmentation beautifully. And it lasts, I don't know, a long time for me. You know, at least all day. And I don't put it on too heavy. I've got hyperpigmentation, but I don't want to look cakey, you know. So I try to just blend it in. So yeah, never went on another field trip with him. So he was so passionate about music, and he lived his life just from what I knew. He's private, very private person now, but he let certain people into certain areas of his life. But I also found out he was always complimenting everyone. I thought I was special. Talking to other people throughout the building this past week, he treated everybody the same way. If you knew you had a special gift outside of what you did, if you were the football coach, he complimented you on that. He found a conversation, a positive conversation with everybody. You could be someone who made jewelry, or he's going to compliment you on the jewelry, ask about your business, you know. Whatever he knew that you did or your subject was, he would compliment you. He wasn't a killjoy. He was definitely a PhilJoy. So I am going to miss my coworker tremendously. He had come to me at the beginning of the year, wanted me to help his wife start a YouTube channel. So I'm almost sure that I'm going to have to definitely fulfill that if she is still up to wanting to get started with YouTube. And if she does, I'll probably end up, you know, letting you all know about it. But I also like to remain, you know, a little bit or a lot private. This is the Too Faced Peach Perfect powder. I think this is in caramelized peach, and it's a translucent powder, but it has a little bit of color to it. Translucent to me usually means white, but this powder has a tint to it, like a little, can you see it? I'm on my G7X, but I don't know if you can really see it or not. But anywho, I'm not in love with the little cap, but you know, I want to keep it from getting all over the place and wasting. I got this in the Sephora summer sale, and this is another brush, like I guess it's a powder brush. I don't know, I'm making it a powder brush. It's like a fluffy brush. I think it's the BH Cosmetics, the Pinka Dot brush, and you know, I like to just dab it in. I'm not trying to do too much, you know, just adding it into to set my foundation. Okay, not perfect, but just good enough to get a video done and to go to do a few errands. But yeah, I'm gonna miss my coworker. He was so complimentary and living life to the fullest. He was doing sky jumping, skydiving, and things like that. And I'm like, I don't need to do that, but you know, he did, and he enjoyed it. I guess it was thrilling. But outside of work, he lived music. He lived passionately. He loved his wife, his family, his children. Very great family man, you know, low key, but you just don't even know. When people come to find out who he was and how widespread his name was in the city of Memphis, people are going to be probably surprised, because he was always performing at the Peabody, which is a hotel with the little ducks in it, one of the landmarks here in Memphis with the ducks in the hotel, performing there on the rooftop all across the city. You could find him blowing his horn in parades, just anything. He was ready. If somebody said, PJ, we need you to blow your trumpet over here, he was ready. If he had to strike a chord on the violin, he was ready. If he had to play the piano, and let me tell you, that was my favorite. When he got on those ivories, oh baby. Woo. And I'm gonna link a video here. He would always allow me to film him because he wanted to capture the moment. And speaking of which, every time he had a performance, like say for example, we had, I forgot my eye mascara, but I have to leave it. But yeah, my coworker, when people find out about him, how widespread his name rings across the country, the world, the universe, they're gonna be surprised because he is internationally known, okay? And he's got a CD out. If I think about it, I may try to link it below if I can find it. But again, I'm still trying to maintain a little bit of anonymity here on YouTube. So if I put his name out there, you know, so I don't know, it just depends. But I'm gonna miss him. I'm gonna miss him, y'all. And he was one of the few people, you know, that I could open up and talk to. Not, you know, anything personal, but just, you know, creative to creative. Now my eyes are gonna look a lot puny, as my old folks used to say, because I am suffering from allergies, and I left my mascara to open up the eyes. So let me see, maybe I can put on some of this Kat Von D Trooper. I got this in a sample, I think for my birthday from Sephora. Maybe I can put a little something on. Good luck with that. Hold on, y'all. Maybe to try to do a little something to, you know, open up my eyes a little bit. Okay, maybe I don't have no glasses on, y'all. But I should have got this when it was on sale, you know, in the sale for 15% off, because I like this liner. I love the tip on it. It is fine. You don't have to tug. You don't have to do too much. I'm not going to do a wing because I will be done messed up my eyes, okay? So hopefully this will help me to open up my eyes just a little bit. And it's the Trooper in, I don't know, black. I don't know, whatever it is. Okay. Wish I had my mascara, but I don't. So maybe I put some on off camera. Okay, y'all, I added a little bit of mascara off camera. And it's the MAC one. Okay. Hold on, y'all. So I'm gonna now add my lippie, and this is Jordana Sweet Cream Matte. The shade is Oh Sweet Masala, and I don't want a whole lot of, you know, makeup lipstick on, so I'm gonna put it on. I'm just gonna let it stain it, okay? I'm just gonna stain my lip. And I'm gonna take out tissue and block. So that I just have a slight stain. So most of it is off on the tissue. Good enough for what I'm having to do today. So taking my scarf off. I guess I could put my glasses back on now. But yeah. This is it, y'all. It's not perfect, but I'm not seeking perfection. So that's it. Thank you. Y'all, another funny thing about my coworker is we would often have Secret Santa around the holiday time in December. And, you know, you take out a little piece of paper and you write down some things that you want to give. You know, $1 to $2 per day. And the big gift on Friday would be like maybe a $20 value item. PJ would make out his list, and he would want organic vegan nut butter that you could only find in the Appalachian Mountains or the Himalayas, or he would want fruit that you'd never heard of that you had to go to Sprouts and Whole Foods and Trader Joe's to get. It's like, hey, I'm just trying to buy a few bags of Skittles, you know, some Now and Later, some Doritos, and you got PJ's name. You had to go do the most because he was a vegan, you know, gluten-free, dairy-free. Man, what can you buy? Okay, but that's my beloved PJ. Another memory I have of my beloved PJ, he always wanted me to film. If we were having a day program, creative lady, are you going to be able to film? Yes, PJ, but sometimes it would be in the makeshift pit. So I would have to leave one side of the auditorium, march over there for his performance. Now, mind you, he would be sprinkled here, sprinkled there, so I had to run back and forth in order to capture the true sound of the orchestra. Also, if we had a program from the fine arts department and we had to learn, or the other fine arts teachers had to learn to put him on last, because it was his opportunity to put on a performance, a show. He had no concept of time. He would have 10 pieces ready to go. Whereas if you were on before him, you might not have gotten a chance to do all that you had planned to do because it was time to load the buses. So they had to learn to let PJ close the show. If we were having an event after hours, like maybe the spring extravaganza where the fine arts department program was at night, dance, orchestra, band, choir, putting on a performance for the parents to be able to come after hours, like at 6 or 7. he would always catch me at about 3:29. Creative lady, are you going to be able to record tonight? I'm looking at my watch. OMG, it's 3:29. I was trying to creep into my car. But because he asked, I had to try to figure out, okay, it's 3:30. Where can I go for a few hours and not go home? Because my home is, 45 minutes in traffic or an hour away from work. So I'm like, if I go home, I know I'm not going to come back. So I would have to go and shop at Joann's, Michael's, Walmart, somewhere, and get a haul just to wait around so that I can actually film. So I always stayed when I could. There was one year when I couldn't stay. My allergies, sinuses had me down. I couldn't record it. But every time he asked, more than likely, 9 times out of 10, I was always going to stay because I'm dedicated to making sure that our students have documentation of their performances. And if their parents couldn't make it, I would put it on our YouTube channel so they would still have access. So when I think about my beloved PJ, it's going to continue to motivate me to do all that I can do, and just do what I can so that when I'm gone, people will feel some kind of way that, oh, you know what, that lady, because you want people, maybe you don't, but you should want to live a life that people will speak highly and high regards of you, about the way you lived, the way you treated them, So that's my mission, and I'm recommitted to living my best life. So that's it. Thank you all for joining me in this quick, janky little get ready with me. But I wanted to talk about my coworker, PhilJoy. And he has impacted my life in such a beautiful way that his legacy will continue to impact me. When I'm feeling like, even though I know this may not be good enough, to push it to make it better. I know nothing in life is going to be perfect, but I want to always let my work speak for me. And when I think of him, I think of passion, music, creativity, art, joy, complimentary positivity, just so many things that I think of and that I will miss about my beloved PJ. Alright, y'all, thank you for watching. Subscribe to my channel, smash that notification bell, join me on Nappylicious TV. And when I close out with PhilJoy, from now on, you'll know I want you to feel joy.